Stu, don't ask you again now to make a noise or anything like that at all. We're calling you by that name because that's the name some of us have picked up, and we're trying to relate to you. I say we mean you no harm or disrespect, and we ask you to return that courtesy towards us. Come forth now and talk to us. Or use the machine. You can hear a machine going off now and again, which sorry, what's your name again? Which Sarah has in her hand. Go to Sarah and speak through that. If you want to swear or anything like that, it's up to you. Pardon?
Should.
What should we go under, Stu? Come on, come forward, please. You want to go to another room?
What was that? What did it say?
Got March.
Should under March. Or a shiny helmet would march.
Perhaps he's getting ready for a battle and he's going to march out.
15.
Could be under siege.
Or if it was a young face, it could be 15.
Or the 15th of March.
It could be a toy
Could
helmet.
be the 15th of March.
Yeah. Or just, I don't know,
March
let's see what they not just back on that time.
Will it happen on March 15th?
Yeah,
We should remember that date and
If
see.
he had a helmet and he's shiny helmet and he's 15, then you're talking about 1700s, maybe
Yeah.
1800s, because then that's when they used to go recruit young
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you
that's what I'm
recording,
thinking.
Paul?
yeah, I am recording. Because I'm recording it for
Do you knock on the door or on a bed, knock twice if you want to, or once, up to how you want to do it. twice for no, for yes, one for no. Are you a young child?
That sounds like piss off. Enough. Oh.
Enough.
Enough what?
I pick anybody who'll sit in this room.
Yeah.
I don't know you can sit like that. There's not much in this room, is there?
Are you a young soldier? Knock twice if you are. Knock once if you're not.
I heard one knock.
Did you? Sorry, could you do that again for me? Knock twice for yes if you're a young soldier, and knock once for no.
We're here just to learn. Give us an answer, please.
Maybe try different things.
Yeah.
Hey, you put that person there and know everything about them. Okay? Anything else that will be genuine because I could rig this place up. We can have all sorts going on. Okay? I can tell you now, fishing wire doesn't show up on night shot camera. It's brilliant. No, it doesn't show up. Actually, most all did it. Fishing wire. And living with the dead. But I'll go on to that in a minute. So yeah, anything that happens will be genuine. I don't want to fool anyone. I've never wanted. Well, I have fooled people, but that's just for my own amusement. So yeah, I mean, anything else tonight will more than likely be personal. If anyone sees a ghost, it's highly unlikely that everybody else in the room. If one comes downstairs, you might not like to see it because I'm looking at you lot, but you lot might see it, and it's still not going to bring it to me. So I'm just going to they're all nutters. As you can probably tell, I want everyone to have a laugh. Yeah, have a laugh and a joke. The mediums all tell me, and I have to go by what they tell me because I can't talk to the dead. I don't believe they're there. So they tell me that laughter is energy. Okay, and the more energy we can create, the more chance we've got of something paranormal happening. So I'm quite happy for people to be in the middle of a vigil farting. I'm quite happy with that. As long as you don't smell, I don't mind. Okay, so I'm quite happy to have a laugh and a joke with you all. I will mess about. When it's time not to mess about, we'll do it seriously, okay? This is the way I do it. I don't know any of the stories at the castle, so we won't do any reenactments tonight. I did say there was someone here. Some of the events we do reenactments. Reef and Jail will reenact putting people in the cells and locking them up. We do Herefordshire Hall, which is the second oldest still functioning courtroom in the country. I actually sit in a judge's chair and sentence people to death, and they get taken down into the cells, and we get things happening. When we reenact stuff, it happens, but I don't know any of the stories for here, so unfortunately, I won't get any of that. I love it. I get carried away. Sentence you to death. Take them down. Hang them by their neck until they are dead. Right. So. Been doing this 17 years. I've touched on it a little bit, but I've actually done 3 TV shows. Okay, I did Famous and Frightened, Living with the Dead, and Haunted Homes. Famous and Frightened was fake. See, I haven't got a contract like the most haunted people had. Their contract said they can't talk about it. I didn't have that. They didn't put that out and signed it. They had. Famous and Frightened was fake. I saw one of the crew members lay on the floor, hand on a chain, going like this, and the camera obviously only saw part of the chain that was wiggling around like that. And they're all going, oh my God! Yeah, get him up! Yeah! Didn't have me on the show after that. Haunted homes. Nothing happened. I don't know if anyone saw it, nothing happened. So we didn't fake nothing on there. The closest thing to anything being faked on haunted homes was in series 2, and I was sat on the stairs with a little girl, and we heard, it sounded like a sneeze, and we had the mini disc recording, producers, and we said, we need to do another bit to camera, we need to say what that was, we don't want to fool anyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Chris stood there going, Chris is going, Mark worked it out, you know, he, fair play, he carried on, and they cut that bit out of the edit. So it's left it in, and everyone else thought it was a sneeze, but it wasn't. And then Living with the Dead, wow. My lord. That's how I know that fishing wire doesn't show up. We'll put it like that. There were things being moved and all sorts. I was never allowed there for the second night. They wouldn't let me in the building for the second night. You're fine, you can go home now, you sure? Yeah, go on, we'll pay you for the night. What sounds? I'll go home then. And that would be the nights where the mediums were getting possessed and all sorts was going on in the house, but I wasn't allowed to be there. But I did see chairs being tied with fishing wire and being pulled around. So, most haunted, where do we start? I know Kieran's a good friend of mine, Phil Wyman's a friend of mine, Richard Felix is a friend of mine.
Good friend.
Sorry?
John Fenny's.
I know most of the guys off Most Haunted, and although they have that clause in their contract, if you know them, when you sit down and have a beer with them, they'll tell you what went on. But you don't even need to hear that. All you've got to do is Google or YouTube Most Haunted Fate. You'll see on there, there's
A
one.
lot of mediums left that though because of that. Yeah. I know quite a few mediums that actually walked away because they wanted things to happen and they weren't going to give it like that.
Gordon Smith did
Yeah.
that. Gordon
That's
Smith
why
did
I'm
that.
talking about the woman told me that.
Now, I know David Wells, because obviously
Yeah.
Gordon was on with David.
Yeah.
They did, I think it was a live, they were filming, they walked into a room like this, Gordon walked in and went, "There's nothing in here, there's nothing in here." So, on their way home, they had separate cars. Yvette and Carl wouldn't go back in the same car as the mediums, but she jumped in with, this is what David told me, so I don't know how true it is. She jumped in the car with David and Gordon and then tore strips off him. And so this is Most Haunted. There is never nothing there. If you have to make it up, make it up. Right. The reason they do it is, having done TV, I kind of have a bit of an idea how it works. TV shows are about making money. Everything's about making money in the world. TV shows basically are there to make money. Okay, so the way they do it is they sell their advertising segments. This is why BBC and they've never done anything Ghostwise apart from Ghostwatch, which was really funny. I wrote that. They sell advertising slots. So each advertising segment they will charge them, I don't know, for argument's sake, £1,000 for that advertising slot. The more viewers you get, the more they can charge. So I'd love to know how much Compare the Meerkat or Compare the Market are paying, because they sponsor Coronation Street. So start every episode of Coronation Street, Compare the Meerkat. And the adverts, Compare the Meerkat. They were paid an absolute fortune for that. So they need to get the viewing figures. So the higher the viewing figures, the more they can charge, for their advertising segments. So if nothing happens on Most Haunted, no one's going to watch it. So they have to have things happening. So you'll notice, join us after the break to see what Derek does. Join us after the break to see what we picked up. Join us after and they give you little teasers at the end of each commercial to keep you there. And that's how he was selling their advertising slots. I don't know why it took off there, I haven't got a clue. I know Living with the Dead got took off because I outed some of the emails they were sending to the mediums. They were sending me emails with the information of the hauntings, all about the house, where the house was, the surrounding area, local history, and what the family had said was happening in the house. I don't believe in ghosts. It's fine for me to have that, that's not a problem. But when you clicked on it to see the little bit at the top of your email where you click says more, the two mediums were involved in it as well, they were added in. So it was kind of like you told them.
Quite sad really, isn't it? For them to do things like that because...
Well, it's a bit stupid really, to do it in an email. Why not just tell them? When they turn up. I wasn't there for the second day, so when they turn up, just tell them. I ain't going to know. It's a bit like Most Haunted, the way they did it. They always told everyone that the mediums don't know where they're going. Rubbish. The mediums were taken there to do, we've had health and mediums round. One of the runners would take the mediums round and say to them, oh right, tonight when it's dark, you've got to watch that. There's a step there, watch that. No problem with that. I don't think anybody would have had an issue with that if they'd have said we do a health and safety walk round. But involved in the health and safety walk round was they walk in and go, watch that, watch the step, this room's haunted by a cavalier.
Yeah, I like it. It's making it a lot of thinking as well, isn't it? Because they've had to go along with it.
See, you've asked me the question, how do I get on with mediums? I get on fine with mediums. They respect what I'm saying and I respect what they're saying, because at the end of the day, they can't prove it to me. I feel really sorry for them because they will never... Phil could stand up here and like I said, give one of you guys a reading, you're going to go, Jesus Christ, you know, that was amazing. No one else is going to believe it. So they're never going to win. The thing you're going to need to prove to the entire world that ghosts exist is someone famous that has died and everybody knows is dead on camera. Hampton Court Palace, about 7 years ago, Henry VIII going through some fire doors. It was quite a big story, it was on everything, they captured it on CCTV, I think it was. CCTV camera captured Henry VIII bursting through fire doors. Firstly, with Henry VIII, know what fire doors were. Secondly, would he know that he has to push that bar to open them, because he didn't walk through the door, he opened the doors. And thirdly, would Henry VIII have the security guard's name badge on his belt? So, you've got that. Most of the famous ghost photos have now been proved to be fake. It's the way it is. The fairies at the bottom of the garden. I'm sure everyone's seen the little photos of the fairies in the garden, and then the girls have come out and said, oh, Dad faked it. But it had so many people believing it. Yeah. See, Conan Doyle believed in ghosts. He genuinely believed in ghosts. Yeah. Houdini believed in ghosts. There's so many well-respected, educated, if you like, people that believe in ghosts. What's his name now? Who read it to telephone? Graham Alexander Bell. He believed he could talk to ghosts on the phone. He actually believed it was a way of communicating with the dead as well. Not so much that that's why he designed it. He always designed it as a telephone, as a means of communication, but he actually believed that the dead could communicate through it. But there we go. Yeah. So, with that being said, all these educated, well-known, respected people believing in ghosts, were they insane? No, I can't really say that. I mean, one of the best ones you can think of is Albert Einstein. Probably well known as being possibly the most clever person ever to walk the planet. I'm not saying he is, but most people would associate, if you said who's the cleverest person ever on the planet, would say Albert Einstein, something like that. He used about 40% of his brain. That's what they reckon. So if he uses 40%, we use about 20, say, give or take. Some of us use 5. What's the rest of the brain for? Okay, is it things that we have done and we've forgotten how to do, or is it for things that we will learn in the future to do? Best thing is, I bet most of you used a sat nav to get here today. No? Who's won it? Just sit down and just guess. Well, I did. Sat nav used to be that. You used to use your brain. You'd look at a map and go, right, I need to go there, and you do it. Yeah? How many people do that now? I don't. I jump in the car, bang in the sat nav, boom, just drive along, listen to your music, turn left, okay. Go right, yeah, sound. Now where am I? Where have you taken me? You reached your destination. No, I haven't. Where is it? Oh God, yeah, I have. I'll give it to my mind. You reached your destination. You stupid twat. No, I haven't. Where is it? So, in a few years' time, I mean, they're all coming built into cars now. So I used to say in a few years' time, no one will ever use a map. No one will ever look at it. They'll just jump in the car and just, you know. One of the guys I work with has got a voice activated one. He gets in his car and he speaks, take me home. And it tells him, you don't even have to touch anything. So, he's never going to do it, is he? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I think as we progress as a race, we use our brain less and less. So I think it's things that we did know how to do. What you need to look at is like the ancient, the Aborigines out in Australia. If Johnny over in another tribe dies, this tribe will turn up for his funeral. They don't know, they've not been phoned because they haven't got mobiles, they haven't got phones. How did they know he died? Is it telepathy? Is it a form of telepathy? And is that what mediums are doing? Because the majority of the time you go to see a medium, you're walking in there and you're going, do you know what, I hope my Auntie Mildred comes through. I really, really hope. God rest her soul, my great Auntie Mildred died 2 weeks ago at 103. Fair play to her, 103 years old. And I still use her in my talks. I always did it with a bit of a smile on my face, which she, like I say, 2 weeks ago. But I'm still going to use her, bless her. You know, if I walk in to see a medium now and say, oh, I'd love my great Auntie Mildred to come through, that'd be brilliant. Are they reading that in my mind? So, oh, I've got a great Auntie Mildred. Oh, jeez, I wonder if she'll mention that she lived in Blackpool.
You've already got that up in your head.
Yeah, and they're just reading what you're thinking. Now, that doesn't obviously work here, unless, I don't know if any of you guys have researched the place. I haven't. Because why would I? I don't believe in ghosts, so why would I want to know what other people have picked up? So, do they do it? Like you guys have researched it, and someone's thinking, oh, this is that room that I read was haunted by such and such. What if you pick that up? And then obviously it comes in, I don't know. I've no idea.
So you want to disprove something as well?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, did anyone see, I can't remember what they called it, the programme. It was on BBC 3, Kieran O'Keefe did it, and they had 3 mediums. And it was John Bull or something, George Bull. It was a chocolate factory. I think it was a chocolate factory. And the owner was a guy called George Bull, who was ran over by a horse and carriage out in the courtyard. And they basically plastered it over the internet everywhere, and they made it all up. It was all made up. And basically the guy who was hosting the show, shall we say, because it was a fake thing, he was walking around, and one of them got possessed by this George Bull.
It was made up.
It was made up, all made up. I don't like going back to it, but most haunted, they caught Derek out 3 times.
Stephen Spirit.
Yeah. It was, like I said, with the health and safety walk round, Kieran basically went to the guy doing the runner doing the walk round and said, you're doing the walk round today, aren't you? Yeah. Do me a favour, when you get down into the cells, tell Derek, there's a South African jailer down there called Creed Kafer. He went, oh, right, okay, so that's really funny. Right, it's going to be a laugh, this. Oh, okay. Well, Derek not only picks up South African jailer, not only picks up Creed Kafer, but gets possessed by Creed Kafer. Creed is spelled K-R-E-E-D, rearranged as Derek. Kafer was K-A-F-E-R, rearranged as Faker. So Derek got possessed by Derek Faker.
He had to do that because of what Yvette and Carl wanted.
I totally and utterly believe that Derek had to do that.
Yeah, I do.
When I did Famous and Frightened, Ian Lawman was a medium on that, and I heard him in the room with a producer being told, make it more scary tomorrow night. You've got to make it scary tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's how I believe it's why a lot of mediums got discredited in that programme.
Well, the thing is, I mean, Derek probably went too far with the possession thing, but then that's what he was known for.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of it, he was known for being the guy who got possessed by everything. But he did that one. This next week he didn't get possessed, but he did pick up a guy called Rick Eadles, which was Rearranged Derek Lies. And the third one...
That's really cool to do that though, isn't it?
It was, really. The third one was, they told him Richard the Lionheart had stayed there. The place had been used for witchcraft, and the wardrobe doors in one of the rooms were known to fly open. Lion, witch, wardrobe, all 3 of them. He picked up a lot. So...
And Mary likes stick.
Oh, that was fun,
Mary
wasn't it?
loves stick.
But have you seen the clip of where the cameraman left the camera running after they went to commercial break? Derek's going, you owe me 20 quid, I told you I'd get it in.
That's sad, isn't it?
It
It's really
is,
sad because for
it's
people
annoying.
that want proof, that's kind of not true.
Yeah.
That's made a joke of it all.
My job tonight, okay, I'm slagging everything off here. My job tonight is basically keep you guys grounded. Like I say, I've not had to call an ambulance for anyone being attacked by a ghost, but I have for people running away. Okay? Like I say, it was actually a tour guide in a place. She heard a knock and she legged it and snapped her ankle in 3 places. She's running one way, I'm running the other to see what it was. There was something that had fallen over and the window was open. And it's like, you snapped your ankle because that fell over. You've ruined our night now. You selfish cow. No, bless her, I knew her really well. She's a so ambulance, ruined the night. So that's basically what I'm here for. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'll just tell you as it is and how I think it is. Has anyone brought their own cameras? I can see there's a camera recording set over there. Yeah, got your own cameras. Anyone brought their own voice recorders? Yeah, brilliant. I don't really need to tell you guys how to use your own equipment. But for the guys who haven't got anything, there is some equipment down the front here, so I will quickly run through briefly what it is, why we use it.
Here we are at the beginning.
Don't say my name to her or anything.
Robin standing at the gate.